Hello and welcome to another episode of the Christian Reeve podcast. Today's guest is a musician. His name is Stefano Ark. Welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Hey man, thank you for having me. I'm great, thank you. I woke up like not long ago, so my brain is still buffering. I've got like a buffering sign. You can't see it right now, on top of my brain.
Oh, you and me
But other than
both, brother. You and me both.
well, how are you?
Not bad, actually. I think I've mastered the art of like just staying out, but not getting like too wasted. So when I wake up in the morning or afternoon,
Mm.
I'm fine. I'm all right.
You,
Because
you,
I don't want to lose the next day either. Like today's a whole day of podcasts, and I'm like, right, I don't want to lose this day and
yeah,
just sit in bed all day because then that's just wasted.
that's true, man. That's true. That's true. That's true. You have to have a productive day, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how it is with productivity. It's. I don't know. I don't know
It's
about
fine.
you.
Yeah, it's the waves of it. So
Oh, 100%, 100%.
yeah.
And you got. And I think I was saying this to someone the other day that like you. I was saying it to my girlfriend actually that
Mm.
you've got to have time. There's got to be, I guess, like segments of time within your every week for certain things. So it's
Yeah.
like can't have too much of one thing.
No.
Like if there's too much creative projects going on and not enough time for me, I start to get stressed. If there's too much work, I get sad because I'm not able to do my creative stuff.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always more than like one thing going on sometimes in our brains as well, which isn't great. So it's good to stay productive. So I mean, stay what's on task, I guess. Do one thing at a time and
Are
work
you,
through it that way.
are you a full-time musician or do you have some work elsewhere to pay the bills
Um,
or
dude, yeah. So dude, so
dude?
yeah.
This
You're a musician as well. You know how it is when you want to do it mainly full time, but you can't.
yeah.
You know how it is. You know how it be. But yeah. So I'm a registered care manager.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, for K agency, which is great. I do enjoy that, and I'm also a musician, so I do both part time. But the goal for me is to be a full time musician and scientist. That's where my heart is. So yeah,
Scientist.
yeah, I love science. Big science nerd.
Oh, talk to me about that, man. Like before we'll get into music. We'll get don't go, we'll get
We'll
there.
get to
But
music after. Yeah. So with science, I so since I've been a kid, I've loved science, and I kind of found music after science. Oddly. But yeah, it's a big passion of mine. I'm big into neuroscience. I'm into astrophysics, biology, neurobiology, and I like to integrate that with my art. So it's a big passion of mine, and I think I'll do it forever. I can't see myself not being a scientist or doing science. It's really cool, man. Life's a science, isn't it? Like everything, us speaking right now is a science, man. And it's, I guess what social psychology. And even us using our mouths and brains is neuroscience, and us speaking a language right now is using sound and frequency. So it's really cool, really interesting. Yeah.
oh, 100%, man. I know what you mean. I remember one time someone said to me like maths is everything. And I was like, what do you mean? And then he explained it and I was like, oh mad, yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it's
It's
literally
true.
everything. Yeah, it is, man. It is. Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm so I did like marketing at uni, but I know what academia looks like. And I've
Yeah.
always been quite a curious person. I mean, hence
Okay.
the podcast. I love exploring stories, people's lives, anything.
Entertaining people. Yeah.
Yeah, just learning. I
Yeah.
like to learn about the world. I guess I'm just have that like curious wonder thing. And with
Yeah.
science, like you could sit down and explain the specifics to me, and I may or may not get it. But I love like sitting and like just endlessly talking about like, but what
Yeah.
about this? What about this? This thing? Da, 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 da. That science is crazy, man. It's
You just go
interesting.
on forever, can't you? And speak to people about it. Like you sat there for hours and just keep going. So yeah.
It's like when you start getting to that point where you like start questioning existence and stuff, and like, oh, but what
Dude.
about this and what about, and then your brain
Yeah.
starts to hurt, and you're like, oh man, I can't think anymore because I might die.
I'm done for the week.
Fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
I
Well,
this
you
is
say might die. What dying from thinking? Your brain cells just can't handle it anymore. To go into like a light coma, a light
yeah,
beta coma.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly that. Oh, this is fucking cool, man, because I think already what we've illustrated is that
Yeah.
no human being can ever be purely one dimensional. Because I get this a lot, like people like I work like hospitality mostly, like 0 hours contracts and stuff. Whatever I can do to pay the bills to keep doing
Cool.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, people will be surprised. They'll be like, oh, is this your job? Do you do this? And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, I take it or leave it. Like, I do what I can, kind of thing. And nothing against the job. It's
Of
just,
course, yeah,
it's not my focus, kind of
yeah.
thing.
It's not your main goal.
But that's the thing. Like, people box you, and they'll be like, this is you,
Yeah,
and you're like, well, it's not me. Like, this is one layer of me.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. Like, he musician as well, and a lot of musicians are doing other jobs, which isn't really their main focus, or it isn't their main focus. You're doing it to pay for your career, and people like to project their one dimension thoughts onto other people, in a sense, just because they feel like, okay, well, I'm too afraid to box out, so I need to make you be afraid of it too, you know. And it's yeah,
Yeah, it's a confusing one
yes,
that people
yeah,
do that because I mean the only way I can relate to it is when I was younger I was quite negative, um,
yeah, yeah.
just because things hadn't worked out and I was just frustrated at things, and I got to a point where I was so sick and tired of being miserable that I was like, well, I can't see any way like forward. I
Yes,
need to change this. I just got tired of being miserable, so I was like, I don't want, I refuse to be miserable anymore.
that's such a good way to be, man.
Honestly,
You get
it's
tired
like,
of it, don't you, man? And
oh mate, well, and that's the thing as well is when you flip reverse it, like people think that positivity and optimism and stuff is about walking around with a fucking smile on your face 24/7. It's not. It's about looking at things and trying to kind of flip them and be like, okay, this is a bad situation, but
yeah,
what's the opportunity here? What's the positivity here? What's the thing I can take from this and turn
yeah.
this into something?
That's exactly right, man. And the fact that like you're even saying that already means that you've got like life figured out, dude, man. Because like, no, you do, man, you do, because that's the essence of life, man. Being in situations, a difficult situation, and like kind of siphoning negativity and turning it into positivity and to fuel you, man. And you've learned that. So that's great, man. I think like a lot of young people when we're younger and we're navigating life, you know, we haven't developed emotional intelligence yet. So or experience. So we think, oh, this is life and that's it. And there's no point being here because I'm never amount to anything or be happy. And that's not the case. If you look at every situation, there's always something you've learned from it after you're older and you look back at it, you know. So yeah, man, that's great. That's great.
What's that old saying?
Yeah.
Comes to mind. The wise man realizes he is a fool and knows nothing.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
That one,
That's
that's what
powerful.
I think. Like whenever I think I have life figured out,
Yeah.
something changes it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know shit.
Plot twist.
Well, it's like playing a game, and you
Yeah.
know, you think it's the end, and then boom, here's the next 10 stages. You're like, fuck.
Dude, literally, man. Yeah, man. Honestly, like it's always like a plot
What?
twist. Always a plot twist. Yeah, and like another 10, 11, 12 like levels to it. So yeah, still great. But that's life.
So I met you at an open mic night,
Yeah.
and you walked in, let's just say with an aura. Yeah, obviously, as we can see, and we're going to get into your fashion in a bit as well.
Thank you.
There was, you know, you stood out instantly, and there's loads of musicians out there, you know, very talented even, but not everyone has the walk and the confidence maybe that they should.
Oh, thank you.
And so you walked in with that, and I was like, this guy's interesting. Something about this guy, very interesting. I was like, I want to talk to this guy. And I remember thinking at the time, I was like, I definitely should have this guy on my
And
podcast
you
at
were
some
so
point.
friendly as well, man. You were so friendly and welcoming, dude. Honestly.
Oh, thanks, man.
But to be honest, I was so nervous for that open mic night. As soon as I walked in, you helped my nerves go down majorly. So thank you for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. Um, oh, let's start with let's talk the fashion actually before we get to the music. Where does that kind of start for you? Like,
Yeah.
what's the inspiration behind that? Like, I have some ideas, but I don't want to kind of throw it out there. Where does
So,
it start?
I'll say it first after you let me know what your ideas are. And I'll come.
No, don't do that
No,
to me.
no, no. Okay,
No,
okay, no. You have to do that
no,
to
no,
me.
no, no, no.
So my fashion mainly is inspired by like Victorian and medieval fashion,
Hmm.
and also the 80s as well, and cyberpunk. So those three elements, I blend them all into one. So sometimes I look more androgynous with my look. That's what I'm wearing, more Victorian clothing. I do like like corsets. I think look really cool, and you know the big white things people used to wear on their necks, the kings.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
Oh,
cool.
cravat? No. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, so that influences my fashion, and I blend all of them together and just make me. But I always just like to be myself, always. And growing up, I've always had the mindset of if I like it, I'm gonna wear it. You know, and yeah, yeah, I think that's how it should be. Yeah,
100% agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, to what extent do you think it's important as a musician to have a discernible fashion style sense? Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like with some bands, some artists, it's quite natural. Like I remember I worked a 1975 gig one time, and I remember just seeing the just endless rows of kids walking past with the like,
Yeah.
what is it, they had this like particular style of dress shoes with the white socks.
Well,
You know, like,
indie look. I used to just like that back in the day.
kinda,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's like a very, for that band, it's like a big thing, right? And like it's cool. I dig it, but I think that was just the lead singer's style, and it just kind of became a thing. Whereas other artists, you know, like say like David Bowie, always kind of like made a statement, but with him,
yeah.
it was more about like, well, this is a character. I'm playing
Okay.
this character, and
Makes
now I'm playing this character.
yes,
And
yes.
then you got people like MJ. I can't think of anyone who ever dressed like MJ. There's obviously been people who copied him now, but
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time, like that was a very specific style.
Yeah, it was way out there, very different. Yeah.
So, like, can you speak to that? Like, do you think it holds much importance, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, I do think like look is a huge thing because a lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't care about your look," but if you by not so how can I say this by being authentic and just being yourself, people be attracted to how you look anyway because you're being yourself and people can sense that from your aura. They can sense, and when they look at your look, they'll be like, okay, this person's being themselves. It's unconventional and it's authentic and it's them and it will suit a person's personality as well. So, for example, even like Alex Turner, you know, his look is kind of more chill, but it works so well for him, and people are drawn to that because they know it's actually who he is. Um, but like with me, I know my look's quite out there as well. But when you get to know me as a person, um, I'm a bit space oddity, David Bowie vibes, space oddity. So that's kind of who I am. So I represent that when I'm my clothing. So yeah,
I feel like with you, like you personality, it's like that classic meme thing. It's like your look is like GTA 4 serious, you know, and then
oh, legacy.
your personality is like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, yay!
Literally,
Like,
I'm like walk around, got like, yeah, but yeah,
no,
but
but like when you look at you for the first time, it's like serious.
yeah, and it is. I'm at first like I've learned to let go of this anxiety, but in the beginning, I used to speak to people and get worried about, oh my god, they think I'm being rude or
Yeah,
standoffish. And I'm like, no, please, I am nice. Please speak to me. I'm not gonna like be rude. It's quite opposite actually. I think the opposite way, you know. So yeah, that's a good point. But I think it's very important as we move on as a world to start looking at people, like I said before, as multidimensional beings rather than just being one facet, like the fashion. Oh, you look this way, so you must be that way. You know, we're very complex people. You know, yeah. So
I also wanted to ask you because it came up. You meant we spoke about Bowie and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like, what do you make of concept albums and like characters and stuff like that in general?
dude, I think they're really really cool. I think it's such a great way of conveying a story message. Cause I see like cinema like and albums. I think they really um, intersect in a way, and you're kind of listening to a film maybe, or listening to a book when you're listening to an album. And I think concept albums are really good for getting that across. Like even with David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, he had so many characters, and that was very helpful in conveying his message, you know, that he wanted to share. So, for example, in my first album, well, it's not really a concept album, but I do have characters in it, and I have alter egos, and the alter egos all represent a facet of myself, my galaxy, my brain, and they help me to translate that to the listener. So, for example, when you hear the villain, that's my alter ego, a villain, and I'm tapping into my dark side, my shadow side. That's important to do. It's important to utilize your shadow, your aggressiveness, sometimes your dark side for good. It's very important to acknowledge that. So yeah, it's very important to have characters, I think.
Yeah, like I looked into this, right? So, oh, it's a whole thing. Okay, so Martian Home Studio, that's your
Yeah.
album.
Mm.
It's a concept album. It's 10 years of music.
10 years.
2013 to 2023.
Yeah.
I was looking at this and I was like, damn, this guy's been making music as long as I have. Like, fuck me. Let's go. um before we explore that, I just want to kind of like ask you, what does it mean to you to get this music released like after such a long time all together? Like, what does that mean to you?
I can't begin to put it in, I can't put in words. I was going to say I can't begin to put in words. I can't speak a sentence, so I can. But I hate people say that. You can't put in words. You're about to speak, sorry. But back to your point.
I wish to end it now then.
But it feels monumental and like a cycle has ended and closed for me, because when I was recording the album, I had no idea that I was putting together an actual album and it was going to be this album 10 years later.
Mm.
Each song is somehow linked as I was going across. And it was almost as if I already knew what was going to happen after, It was so interesting. And it just shows how strong creative people's intuition can be, And yeah, getting this out there is like an end of a cycle for me. And I know it can help so many people. That's what I want it to do. During the album, you hear me grow as a person. You hear my thoughts progress. You hear my thoughts regress. You hear my insecurities, my trauma, my happiness. The lowest points of my life. Near death, and I just wanted to normalize that for people, so people can hear that and know that it's important to keep pushing, no matter what. No matter what, because you'll be fine in the end. You always are. So yeah.
Interesting. I didn't. I mean, it's interesting. Like in general, like concept albums tend to tell like a specific story, right?
Yeah.
And they're layered, and different
Yeah.
artists do it in different ways. But I had no idea that this album was so deep. I mean, it's cool. It's good. It's good. That's a plus.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you that it's
Yeah.
it's doing that.
Thank you.
Who is the Moon Man?
The Moon Man.
The Moon Man.
Song slap, by the way. It's a catchy chorus, ain't it?
It is. It gets stuck in your head.
It does.
Everyone watching this, you have to go check it out. I am the Moon Man. It'll get stuck in your head.
It's so catchy. Like, I'll just wake up, I'll be something like the Moon Man. I'm joking, I do that, but it's catchy. Yeah, the Moon Man is an alter ego as well, but it's an interesting alter ego because it doesn't just represent me as an individual. It represents alter ego everybody can relate to, in a sense. It represents cycles and history repeating itself until we learn a message or learn something about ourselves. I believe cycles exist in our universe and within our consciousness for a reason, and it's nothing's a coincidence, and it's there. Cycles are there in order for us to learn something from, and we're forgetting that as humanity. There's something to learn from all pain. Even with the current political climate of the world, and what's going on, even though it's not great, this cycle's here for a reason. It's here for us to learn and develop. And that's what the Moon Man represents. So in the song, I say, this gen, he ain't phasing. Moon Man, you better get chasing. Because I'm saying, this generation, we're gonna win over, the pain and the bad cycles have existed. It's inevitable. We've grown our consciousness. We've developed our emotional intelligence, and we will beat these cycles. We will beat the Moon Man. And he needs to watch out, basically. So that's what the song means.
Hope you're right, man, because I'm struggling back here, and I'm just trying to survive.
I'm tired. I've got nothing left. I'm dropped my desk. I'm joking, but yeah, no, we are doing. We're going to beat it.
So tired. To quote a recent quote of yours,
Yeah.
your treasure lies within you and you are always protected.
Yeah.
Expand upon this.
The way said also phone expand upon it. So
Tell us more.
I it's very like what's the word? Like Robocop kind of vibes. Like expand on it now. I'm
Tell me
joking.
now.
Now.
Damn it.
I'm joking, man. So basically, it means that our treasure, our happiness, our joy is within us. In life, and I had to learn this lesson as well. We spend all our time trying to find peace and tranquility in external things, and those things that are like a car or phone. Yes, they'll help you they'll give you a dopamine boost for 10 minutes or an hour, but after that you'll be unhappy again. You have to work through finding peace, and peace is nowhere except within you. It's always been within you. It was within you since the day you were born. It'll be within you when you die. It's peace is a constant state. It's always within you, and that's why we always find roadblocks when trying to chase it because it's nowhere to be found. Every time you look in the mirror, every time you wake up and look in the mirror, you're looking at your treasure. You're looking at your peace. You're looking at your light. Your light. It's always there. So that's what I mean by it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be devil's advocate for a second.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
Because I kind of like agree with you and disagree with you simultaneously. Like I think that on one hand you're right, like a lot of the tools that we need are within us, and it's a lot of this existence I think is about identifying that and working on that and centering
Yeah.
yourself, right? But then the other side of that is and I can fully relate to this and I feel this a lot, when life just keeps endlessly throwing, pardon my language, just shit at you constantly,
Yeah.
endlessly,
Yeah.
it can get a bit overwhelming. And I feel like last year and a half of my life has been tough.
Okay.
And I look at it sometimes and I'm like, there's only so much a person can take.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when's it gonna fucking end?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like there's only so much centering a person can do before you're just like, I need a fucking miracle. Do you know what I mean?
But so this year, obviously, this year's been all for you as well. It's been difficult for. I'm not trying to take away from your struggles because that's unique and centered to you. But what I'm trying to say is that you are, by doing this with me right now, you are already putting the building blocks towards your miracle. I'm not saying by speaking with me in directly because that's ego. I'm just saying you could speak. What one day in the future you can speak to somebody or put a song out, and that song will change your life. You're already putting the building blocks there for a better future. What I'm trying to say is, you're doing this right now. This is you finding your peace because you're doing what you love, and you're putting building blocks there. And what I mean is, when people don't do what they love and don't do what they think is great, and for them, and find external ways to find peace that doesn't suit their purpose because it's not chasing peace. But you're chasing peace right now. You're doing it, even though it may not feel like it because you've been struggling. You're still putting building blocks there.
I think,
In my opinion, I can't speak for you, but yeah.
no, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think there's truth to that.
Yeah.
I do think though, like, I hear people say this a lot, like, oh, just chase your dreams, man. And I tell people to chase their dreams, but I'm also realistic about the fact that, like, we still have to do shit we hate to make a living. And when people are like, why are you doing this? Why aren't you just doing acting and music? And I'm like, have you done music and acting? You know what it's like?
You will know.
It's like some people get lucky and get the opportunities. Other people don't.
Yeah.
Like I have to fight for every opportunity I get, like, and they come few and far between.
But dude, each opportunity you get and you fought for, you earn, man. So many people get by this earth, dude. Like this as well, man. Like a lot of people do weird and shady shit to try and get by. Non-evil shit. You do.
No, you're right.
And you're not doing that. You're being authentic and being yourself. What like so currently in the world, what's happening is, and you see this on the TV and with celebrities. I feel like celebrities represent who we're looking up to and praising away, don't they? Like who were giving credit to in a sense, and all of them having tower moments, all failing or falling because inauthentic vibes is not gonna work anymore. We're growing our emotional intelligence and our awareness, and we're not giving people those attention anymore. So authentic people like yourself who is working towards your goal and being consistent with it, I believe that eventually you will get there. Cause like evil shit's not gonna fly anymore, dude. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I've noticed this about quite a few celebs.
Yeah.
But there was one in particular. Who was that guy who? Oh, he was on this morning or whatever.
This morning.
Oh, what was his name? You know the guy that like slept with a
Oh, dude. Oh, that's so fucking weird. What's his name? Flip
Schofield.
Schofield. Yeah,
Philip
yeah,
Schofield, is it?
yeah. Flip Schofield.
That guy. I remember one time someone said to me that like that guy is so PR trained, it's like painful to watch. And it's true. Everything that comes out of his mouth is
Yeah.
just PR. It's
Dude,
there's
what's
no
it? Yeah.
it's like The Rock right now, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Everything's a fucking advert. Everything is PR, and
But you
he
smell what
just
the rock is cooking.
bullshits.
Shit.
Oh yeah, exactly. The Rock is cooking shit, bollocks, and I
Yeah,
don't
I like his
understand
films. Sorry,
why.
Rock. I like your films, by the way. I do love your films. Fast and Furious is dope. Like, I'm a Fast and Furious fan, so please don't take this.
Hey,
Um,
I'm a Rock fan too. I just don't understand why he's lying. I'm like, bro, why are you lying? You don't
why
need
not
to
bro?
lie.
Yeah, you don't. You
Like, why
don't.
are you making shit up? Why? Like, if it was the beginning of his career and he's just trying to make a living, like I get it. But like
Yeah,
when you're that successful, well known,
you don't have to
rich,
anymore. You don't. No, no, no.
it's a thing that they do though for some reason.
But it's not working anymore, dude. It's not working, dude. Even you saying it now, we all see through it now. It's not working anymore. That's why it all goes.
Wow, see, you
Not you,
say
Rock.
that
Sorry, it's
though, but
other people.
it's split. There's
Yeah.
people that believe
Mm.
the bullshit, and there's people that don't.
But even people that believe the bullshit, in my opinion, I feel like with them, or the reason why they believe the bullshit is because they're doing the bullshit themselves. So if you're doing bullshit yourself, yeah, you are. No, it's true. It's a deflection, dude. If you're doing something yourself and you don't want to take accountability for it, you're gonna praise other people who do the same shit as you because it allows you to not take accountability for you being a shitty person. And that's my opinion on it. So because the people who actually have worked in themselves and they see shit like that will be like, that is bullshit. That's like shit squared.
I'm stealing that. That's great.
But I'm saying that.
That's
I
not
always
just bullshit. That's shit squared.
shit squared. I do it all the time, dude. I'm like, that's bullshit squared. That's nonsense squared. Just add a bit of seasoning to it.
Nonsense squared.
Bit of some respect to it. I'm joking.
You know you were so funny, man. I love
Oh,
this guy.
thank you, man. Thank you. I should stand up comedy. Yeah.
You should. Oh my god, I would pay to see that.
Really? Thank you, bro.
Yes.
Knowing me, bro, dude, I will stutter. And
Yeah,
if
but
I
that make it
stutter,
funnier.
yeah, bro, I will probably stutter after every word, bro. That's the thing. If I'm on stage, so I probably should do that.
What has music taught you about life?
Oh wow. That's a really cool question, man. It's taught me everything, dude. Like I didn't realize how engraved music was into my life until as I age, I see it more and more, and it's taught me to keep going, be resilient, be yourself, be authentic, be truthful. I remember when I was growing up, I'd be at university and I'd be struggling. I wouldn't dare tell the tutors I was struggling with something because I'd been taught my entire life not to show weakness,
Hmm.
not to be authentic, and do music and getting reception from my music and people hearing my music and how it's helped them has even confirmed to me even more that authenticity will always win in the end because it allows you not only to help yourself but also help others, and yeah, music just like every facet of my life is music. Even my brain, like I listen to a song and I'm like, that song describes exactly how I felt in that moment in time. How did I do that? But I did. You relate to this as well. So yeah,
I completely agree with you on
yeah,
the
man.
authenticity thing. It reminds me of a few things. Firstly, that mega famous podcast where what was his name? The really famous comedian who went and just shit on a bunch of celebrities. Oh god, it's gonna drive me nuts. It was on Club Shay Show. I remember that.
Sure. I've never heard of it before, but no, what happened?
This famous comedian. I'm gonna hate myself for not remembering. Basically, he was exposing all these people and saying they're all full of lies because they
Oh,
all made lies about him.
yeah.
And one of the things he said, and it's true as
Mm.
well. It's coming out. He said, Cat Williams. There you go, Cat
Oh, I
Williams.
love Cat Williams. He's so
So
good. Yeah.
he said, "This is the age of truth, and all lies will be exposed." And we're seeing it. And the interesting thing is, like, it's been happening very slowly, very slowly. But what you
Mm.
were saying before about how people see through the bullshit
Yeah, man.
is true. And like people say that to me, like, "Oh, I like the fact you're authentic," and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just being me. Like, why would I lie? Like, it's so easy to disprove shit,
Yeah, if you're
you
yourself,
know.
man.
And you look like a fucking idiot when you lie because
Dude,
people expose it, and then you just like, oh, that's
yeah.
the Muppet that lies.
It's a,
Like,
dude, yeah, it's embarrassing, dude. And it's like in the end of the day, imagine having to walk around every day with like a lump in your chest or worry, constantly in your back, so you're having to protect yourself because you've lied about something or you're not being yourself.
oh, dude.
Crazy.
The best way
Yeah.
I explained it. Oh, sorry, someone explained it to me years ago. Was like, if you lie, you always have to look over your shoulder.
Wait,
If
so,
you never lie,
yes.
you never do.
You never do. That's true. Because it's like why would you even care? Like it'll be odd to care if you lied about something. So if you haven't lied about something, you care. You're just adding stress to yourself and anxiety, which you shouldn't. You take on someone else's baggage. But if you know in your hearts and hearts that you are who you are, and you're just being yourself and authentic, so I've just reached a point now in my life where I don't even say anything anymore. Like I don't even defend myself. Why? Why? There's no point. Like if you know who you are, why defend yourself? Who gives a shit? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done,
Yeah, I look at it like that as well. Like,
yeah,
consider the source. You know, the person that's
yeah,
trying to tear you down.
yeah,
Who are they? What's their game? Like,
yeah,
like whenever I've noticed a person's been trying to tear me down, it's never been like a happy person or a successful person
never
or
ever.
even a nice person.
No, no.
It's just some asshole, miserable bastard, someone who likes to cause drama. Like I'm
Yeah,
seeing it a lot right now in my personal life, like not mine specifically,
yeah,
but friends of friends.
yeah,
And I've noticed this it's an age thing as well. Like you grow out of drama. Like people my age,
yeah,
if we have an issue, we're like, yo, what's the problem? Sort it
yeah.
out.
Correctly.
Done.
Yeah,
We don't have drama. We don't have this bullshit. And that's I don't know. I'm sorry for being maybe ageist here, but I feel like that's an age thing
I think
because
this as well, dude. It's ego as well. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just I don't have time for that bullshit, man. Like
No,
it's
dude.
just tiresome.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's exhausting, dude. It's tiring. And but what do you think to yourself is? Imagine how tired the other person must be. Like, imagine how
they
tiring it
no,
is.
they thrive on it, man. They seem to thrive on the drama. They fucking love it and seek it.
But this well, dude, think about this way as well. Why is they doing a drama and doing whatever? Instead of investing into themselves and their life, they're investing into your
Other
life in a
people's,
sense,
yeah.
because not only helping boost you through hate, because I'm like I siphon hate. I kind of if someone feels hate towards me, it actually does the opposite. Like please hate me more. No, please hate me more because you show me that I'm doing something right and I'm bothering your spirit. That's why you're doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right, man. It's a pathetic thing, but I just sleep, walk above it, and yeah, do my thing.
It's good that you can do that though, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. Like I don't give a shit what people think.
good
I
man.
don't
Good,
care. I
good.
care
Yeah,
about like those closest to me. But like I said this to my friend Josh the other day, and he agreed with me. I was like, if someone here, one of my friends has an issue with me, I'm like, oh fuck, I want to fix that right now. But
yes.
when it's like someone that you don't know, that you don't care about, and they're just pushing their drama bullshit, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I don't have time for you.
Exactly that. It's like you keep that drama to yourself because everything's like that's negative energy, dude. It's propelling towards you, and it's like you said, a state rise of it, and it's tactful. They're doing it on purpose to try and get a rise at you to
Mm,
make you feel how they feel. What is I feel like when people project the things onto you, they want you to feel how they feel about themselves. It's a way people do to deflect accountability. So if they feel bad about themselves, they want you to feel bad also. But in the end of the day, it never works, man. It never does, and they're just not feeling worse and moving to the next person. But cycles, cycles, man.
you're really into your astrology, aren't
Dude, I
you?
love it, man. It's all interlinked, everything, man. Like when you think about it and you look at like the moon and everything orbiting, everything's linked. Everything's a cycle, man. And yeah, some people get stuck in that cycle of hate, bro, and just stay there. But you have to distance yourself from it, man.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from astrology about life?
Oh my god, but that's a good question. Really good question. That nothing is a coincidence ever in this earth. Everything is there for a reason. So in the universe, is there for a reason, and we are so much more linked to the universe than we think we are. So much more linked, and I do believe we are truly the universe experiencing itself. And
Heard this
that,
one.
yeah, and that be revealed, I think, more as time progresses, and the powers let it be, let that information go out. But yeah, but people know anyway now, so there's no point people trying to keep the information away from people. But yeah, we are the universe experiencing itself, and everything's interlinked. And the more you learn about universe, you learn about yourself, and you'll find more peace and harmony. Yeah.
Why are we always trying to destroy each other then? If we are each other, makes no sense.
It
Why
makes
would you
no
destroy
sense.
yourself?
Dude, it's human nature, man. It is. I believe ego. We all have an ego, and every human being has an ego. And through experiences, some people let their ego drive them instead of them driving their ego.
Hmm.
And when our ego drives us, man, that's why we get war, nuclear bombs, nuclear wars, hate, prejudice. It all stems from unchecked egos and people projecting onto others, and it's quite sad. But I do believe that we're in the final like battle stage between, you know, good and bad. I do believe that.
Bro, I mean, I know what you're saying, but I feel like final battle with World War III, we're all gonna die then, aren't we?
no, dude, not battle, not actual battle.
The
Sorry.
spiritual battle, yeah.
Spiritual battle, bro. I didn't mean like actual like. Imagine saying, "Oh, we're in a final battle," and you shoot the bomb. I think everyone just died, so that's not battle, is it? People dying. I didn't mean that. I meant like
No, that's just
energy.
death. You skipped the battle part.
Of death. No. I mean a battle of spiritual like energy, and which is why people fight even harder to keep good at bay because they don't want good to overtake bad. But it's going to happen anyway. It's inevitable. So.
I will say, like, what you were saying about it being interlinked is true. Like, that's why all these people are fed up with celebrities. People find them frustrating because there's a lot of it's just fake. It's all bollocks.
Yes.
You know? And I feel like it started with reality TV, to be honest.
God. Yeah.
Like, I've spoken about this recently, but reality TV is hilarious because it's not real. So being called reality TV is just the ultimate irony.
But reality.
but it's warped everything. Like, I said this on a recent show as well. So sorry for rehashing it, but these like fake storylines and stuff that you see, and they see like influencers doing it and like TikTokers and shit, and it's like, okay, so nothing's real then. So why should I care? I know this is bullshit.
Yeah, well,
and because it's badly acted as well. Like it's not. You know, I mean, sorry,
BTEC level 2 acting.
Oh, it's BTEC, mate. It's BTEC. BTEC, GCSE, BTEC. Just not worse. Probably worse than that.
Yeah, bad.
You know, at least at GCSE level, there's like an attempt at a performance.
Literally, people try.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like they've actually learned to act. But yeah. The point I'm trying to make with this is that, like, yeah, people are fed up with the bullshit. Yeah. People are fed up with the masks. People see through it. And it's interesting, like, when I was growing up, people used to throw around that term of fake it till you make it. And, like, when I used to disagree with that, they were like, you're a fool. Like, how can you not see that this is the best thing to do? And I'm like, well, because you live a lie, and then you... Their argument was, oh, you fake it till you make it, and then at the point you make it, you do whatever you want to do. And like, for example, like, I've had offers to go on TV shows, reality TV, and I was like, well, no, I don't want to do it because of what they want me to do.
Yes,
exactly. Like, I'll give you an example. I've told this on the show before as well. There was one show I applied for, and it was like a music dating show, some bullshit like that. And I was like, at the time, I was thinking, well, I could, you know, promote my music in some way that I can sing. It's television time. There's some
television time.
Well, you know, like at least some people would see it. I could
as well.
Maybe use it. You never know what one opportunity can lead to another, right? You never know. You never know who's watching.
That's true.
You never know who's watching.
That's true.
And so I remember I got through. I got like all the audition and everything. I spoke to this guy. He was nice,
Yeah.
but he was a TV guy, so you can imagine the questions. But
Mm.
immediately, I noticed from the types of questions he was asking, the way he was pushing, like what this show would be like.
Yeah.
So he lays out the show for me, and
Mhm.
I'm thinking, oh, I would, I think at the time I was single as well, so I wasn't looking for a partner, but I was like, well, maybe kill two birds with one stone. Um, I'll sing music, I'll sing, it'll
Yeah.
work.
Who needs Tinder?
So it's like I applied, I did that, and
Yeah.
then he explains that it was instead of it being like a talent show or something like that, it's more like how did he put it? It's like imagine John at the pub is singing a song to the audience. We want that pub John guy kind of vibe. And I was like,
You're like, not me.
nah,
Not for me. I'm not doing. I'm sorry.
nah, what?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want me to go on TV and do karaoke?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
immediately I'm like put off. I'm like, I'm going to hear him out. And he goes, right, tell me the story of how you got in your first band.
Okay.
So I tell him the story. It's about maybe 10 minutes. And he's like, that's great. Can we do that again, but a little bit shorter?
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, right. So I tried to cliff note. It's not a cliff note story, but I tried to cliff notes it. And he's
Yeah.
like, that's great. Could you do it again, but in 1 minute? And I was like, no. And I did it, but then I was like, this is, and he was like, great. And that's what they want. They want someone who's going to come on TV and basically just be like, yeah, my name's Christian and I'm really happy to be here. Yeah, great. Yeah.
Like, overly enthusiastic, which
It
like
just,
naturally.
just idiot. They want
Yeah. Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
want, because it's entertainment. But the thing is, what you were saying earlier about people have wised up to things, people see through it. That's why these shows are bullshit now. They appeal to the lowest common denominator, like people that just have no brain cells.
Yeah, people don't think outside the box, man. Like even asking you as well to do like karaoke, so disrespectful to like use a musician as well. It's
Well, I mean, I
not
didn't.
competing art.
Maybe. I mean, I think that the marketing is bullshit.
Yeah, the marketing.
As in, like, what something is advertised to you as one thing, and then they tell you, oh, it's just karaoke. And I don't care. I'm not so up my own ass that I can. I'm like, oh, I won't do it. But I think that it wouldn't be worth my time because it's not a proper opportunity to perform.
I get that.
Like karaoke is karaoke. That's fine if you want to do that. Great. But and also the main thing, to be honest, was I'm not a guy who tells quick, stories. I take my time. Hence the podcast. Like it's. Like you gotta be true to who you are and what you do, and some people will like that, some people won't.
Yeah.
We live in an age where everything is so fast, and I think we're starting to push back towards. I think people have realized it's great to have that, but it has an effect on people. It has consequences.
Yes.
And I don't know. I feel like maybe people are clamoring a bit more for longer term stuff, long form stuff that is more meaningful than just brain rot.
Yeah, man. Brain rot is like, it's just, in the end of the day, when you watch brain rot, great, it was funny for 10 minutes, but what have you actually taken in from that, and with reality TV as well, man, like when I watch TikToks, like, I don't even watch it, I scroll past it because it's just so fake and disingenuine, man. And it's so obviously acted out now. Could we see right through it?
Why do you think like there's still some popularity in it though? Like in the UK, was it Love Island is still like the #1 show.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie. Despite everything we're saying, the fact is that's the most popular TV show.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, man. So I'm clicking on. So I think with that, it's a thing where with reality TV, people are still clinging on to that side of life in a sense. So yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, people are still clinging on to it. No, dude, people are holding on to it their dear life. Like it's blowing away. They won't let go of it, and we're like, let go of it.
Just let go, man. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, and they won't let go of it. So I think that's what's happening. But as time progresses, I genuinely think people there always be okay in life. It's always going to be people who are disingenuine. Always. I'm not going to say that everyone's going to be genuine and like singing "Kumbaya" with marshmallows.
The ultimate act
The ultimate
of
act.
genuineness.
Genuine singing "Kumbaya" and chatting folk tales. But I feel like because for light for there to be light, there needs to be some darkness as well, and so
Yep.
that's genuine people. But I do feel like people are gradually moving towards being themselves because they have to. For example, in a big room, and there's most people there are genuine, and you're not. They're instantly not going to click with you. And the next room you go to, people are not going to click with you. And then the next room, eventually, you're going to have to work on yourself. And that's how it happens, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Those rooms are starting to be filled with more genuine people over disingenuine, which is why people are having to work on themselves. So I speak to so many people, especially like lads, like, oh, 10 points to BMA, 11, those kind of people. They're very, over as time's progressed, they've become, and you speak to them later on in life, just say, oh yeah, mate, I've settled down, I've worked on myself, it wasn't working anymore, people are beginning to dislike me, and this is why we have like male loneliness epidemic, because the aggressiveness and the toxic masculinity and just the bad vibes and aura just isn't flying with people anymore. Because girls, men, whoever you date, whatever your sexuality is, whoever you date, they are no longer, people are not beginning to no longer tolerate bad behavior. They're not doing it anymore because they've learned about themselves. Why they tolerate you? Because that's them on doing progress. So, and people know that now. It's emotional intelligence. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting few years, I think. We'll see. But people are going to have to do it, dude. Going to have to.
Watch this space.
Watch the space.
What has fashion taught you about life?
Wow. So that's over the top wow thing people do in interviews.
Wow.
Oh my god, wow. What a great question, guys. I'm like, oh my god, just answer the question.
Answer the fucking question, Stefano.
Fucking question. Fucking 5 minutes.
Maybe I should start doing that hot ass Christian. I'll just be like, fucking answer, man.
Yeah, just answer.
Hang all day.
Yeah, tell yourself that, man. It helps so much. I'm like, answer my shit. So basically, fashion has helped me so much in regards to being able to translate how I feel within externally and show how I feel about myself within my place in society in the world, and not to be like what's the word, pretentious, but it's generally that it's I wear the clothes I wear reflect how I'm feeling at the time. So, for example, you may see me in like years' time, and I'll be wearing I won't be wearing black and white or martial attire. I'll be wearing something different, and just reflecting how I feel about myself during that current time. And
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's not that crazy, is it? In the sense that, like, if you're feeling more low in life, you're probably going to wear darker colors. If you're feeling happy, you might wear brighter colors. Obviously, that's reflected in the seasons as well.
Dude, I wear black. Like, well, okay, let me phrase that. With fashion, I always be wearing black. Always black. I love black. It's my favorite color. But I mean, the way I'll wear the black would be different, I guess, in a different way, style sense. But I love black.
I tell you what though, black is great because if you spill something on yourself, guess what? No one sees it. You wearing white, everybody sees it.
Everybody sees that shit. That fucking ketchup stain, bro. That's wild. They'd be like, "Oh, aren't you like pushing 35 with a ketchup stain on you, Steph?" I'm sorry. Like, I just wear black.
I'm sorry, it was a really good pizza, right?
Yeah,
just
really
give me a fucking break. I was hungry.
And the pizza was shouting for me to eat it. I just had to eat it. I had no choice. Like, you must eat me now.
That pizza was screaming at me to be eaten.
Like, eat me now at the speed of light, and I had to do it. I'm very sorry. Hence the pepperoni on my chest.
There's a song title if ever I've heard one.
Yeah,
pepperoni on my chest. That's your next single.
Dude, I'm going to write down to my next project. Pepperoni on my chest. Pepperoni on my chest.
That's a bar.
Next.
I hear it, yeah.
I've been the best. was a
Oh,
terrible.
you have been the best. I'll say that much. You have been the best.
Don't need
Couple
no
of,
test.
couple of quick fire questions for you to round things off for today.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. Whoa, that's a good question, actually. Um, best advice I've received growing up was definitely that I used to have a really bad habit when I was younger of just like looking at, compare myself to other people all the time, doing all the time, looking at what they had, at what they possessed, and always feeling inadequate because of it. And because of that, I never looked within. And I can't remember who told me, but I think it was my dad. But you just have to look internally instead of externally. Um, and it took me a while to start doing that when I lied to. He didn't just say it, and the next day I was fine. But it helped me a lot, and I'm glad I heard that. So yeah,
Thanks for sharing.
yeah. What about yourself?
Oh, fuck.
So have I just done?
Oh,
Was I supposed to do that on the podcast? I didn't do
no,
that.
no, 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 no. It's
Okay,
good. It's good. It's good.
okay,
I've had this thrown back at me when I've been on a few shows, and I'm like, oh shit.
yeah.
There's a lot of advice I've been given over the years. Best advice I've ever received. I think maybe just like be yourself.
Dude,
I
amen to that.
mean, it,
Yeah.
I think as I got like when I first heard that, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. That's so like be yourself. But
Yeah.
then as I've gotten older, like all those cliches that we read about, all those like quotes you've seen a million times, they're all fucking true.
Mhm.
It's and as you get older and you experience more, I think you start to just everything starts to click together and you realize like, okay, it's really important. And okay, there's a few quotes I'll read from this book I've got that I've been building a bunch of quotes
Oh,
and
nice, man. I love
and
that.
stuff, and there's two I want to share. So number one, Oscar Wilde, the classic, "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken."
That's a good one.
And then let me find it. Let me find it. Where is it? Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. Ah,
It's fine, man. It's fine. Take your time.
basically, like in addition to that,
Mhm.
it's important to be yourself completely because here it is. Here it is. It might be something that everyone has already done, but
Mhm.
it's the first time that you're doing it.
Yeah.
The first time you're experiencing it.
Wow.
It's always I think a lot of people, especially in England as well, we get taught not only to be humble, but to the point where we don't celebrate ourselves at all,
That's true.
which
That's
is
so true.
is it's crazy. You should
Yeah.
celebrating yourself, being proud of yourself doesn't make you arrogant or narcissistic.
Yeah.
I do think you have to realize that the world doesn't revolve around you, but
Yeah. Small
certainly
bit.
right. And like for instance, if you're just someone who talks about themselves all the time and
Yeah.
never cares about anyone else, then yeah, you're an asshole and boring. But you know what I'm
What
saying.
about that?
But at the same time, like it's okay to talk about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. Like what I tend to do in a conversation is I I'll try not to bring myself up immediately unless it's relevant or there's a story or something. If someone asks me point blank, I'll
Yeah.
talk. But
Yeah.
I try to just treat it like, what's the conversation here? Where is it going? Da, 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 and invest myself in that.
Yeah.
So it could be about me, could be about them, could be about something else. And that's your investment right there, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that I don't know, that seems to work quite well.
Dude, I think that's such a good one to have, a good like motto to have in life, man. Because a lot of people we've been taught our entire lives to not put ourselves out of there, not be too adventurous. And if you're especially a creative person as well, and like you have to believe in it. Like if you don't believe in yourself, how can you develop and be great
100%.
and put yourself out there, man? So yeah, like it's crazy you said that because I'm definitely in a week now currently where I'm just like, okay, I'm putting myself out there fully, no matter what, and it's yeah, I'm just doing it full out. Yeah,
And you're doing it well, man.
thank you.
I think, especially with someone that's got such a specific vibe, you know, like your fashion is very what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's a bit adventurous.
Thank you.
You know that you're gonna get looked at. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, because but what I mean, but
I'm shy. Stop. I'm not joking.
yeah, but you know what I'm
I'm
saying, right?
joking. I'm
It's
joking.
not a fashion style. It's unique to you. It's not a
Yeah.
fashion style that you could go and buy. It's you've curated that, you've perfected that.
Yeah.
That's you, and that's going to
Yeah.
make you stand out. But you don't walk around like I'm better than you. You walk around like, hey guys, this is me.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Because yeah, I always like to be mindful that like people may be like when people first see me, they may think that I've sat there and thought, okay, how can I look different to everybody else? That's not the case. I've just sat there and created how I feel within and put that out there and walking in my truth, authentic truth. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that, man.
Thank you,
Inspiring stuff. Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
What's the biggest life lesson you've learned so far?
Never to play small ever. Um, because when I say play small, I mean your face is like, what does that mean? Similar to what you said before, when you play small, you're preventing yourself from developing new life skills, walking in your truth, walking in your greatness, and you're preventing yourself from being seen by people. And no matter what you do in life, even if you play it small, people are still going to be threatened by you. Sometimes a giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing, or a giant doesn't look in the mirror and see nothing. There's a famous quote that I love, and it's true. So yeah, that's why I say never play it small. Aim to be the best version, not be better than other people, but be the very best version of yourself. And by doing that is by playing it big, you know. And yeah, never play it small because no matter what you do, you could literally be sat there quiet, asleep, and you may offend somebody by just doing that. But you have a point. Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true. So why play it small? Don't play it small ever. Just be yourself. Go out there, chase your dreams, and aim to be the very best version of yourself you possibly can be.
I've noticed it. Firstly, thank you for that. That was brilliant. Really, really appreciate you sharing that. Secondly, I've noticed this. Like when I'm doing my thing, I've noticed sometimes it irritates people. Like,
Dude.
you know, sometimes like people follow you online and then they unfollow you, people you know in real life, and you're
Yeah.
like, and you see that behavior and you're like, okay, well, I've not done anything to you personally. I don't overpost. I post a lot of my stories, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can skip those. Um, so what is this about? And then it dawned on me because someone did this to me recently. I was like, okay, maybe this comes from a place of jealousy. Maybe this is like
Always.
it's either jealousy or it's like something about you doing you irritates them.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is, dude. It is.
And it's like, but I'm not, it's like, I don't live my life for you, buddy. I'm not,
I
do you
love
know what I
that.
mean? You're not even in my fucking
Yeah.
peripheral. Like, like,
That's such a badass statement, man. You don't read my curriculum vision.
well, just, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to be a badass. I just mean like, look, you're getting pressed. That's on
Yeah.
you. I didn't. I'm not even thinking about you. I'm
Yeah.
not doing what I do to irritate anyone. I'm just doing
Yeah.
my thing. And the funny thing is, like, people often don't know your story. They just assume a bunch of shit, and
Yeah.
then when they find out the truth, they're like, oh, I grossly misjudged you. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking did. How about not judging people? How about that?
Yeah, don't judge people, dude. And yeah, just project. I love that, man. That was a
Message to
bar.
the fucking haters.
That's a bar. The haters. But dude, yeah, it's just like it's so good as well that like you don't let it get to you, man. Because that's the thing. You made a very good statement there. They're like worrying about you, looking into your life, doing all this stuff to you, but you're still just being yourself and working on yourself. And that's why people who hate on people stay stagnant and people like you progress because people who progress work on themselves, people who hate on others and work against others and not on themselves. So it never works in the end. You get my point? So they stay stagnant, dude. But yeah, it's when you're in a room and or any space and you're authentic, your light bothers people, irritates people's unchecked.
Mm.
And yeah, so continue to walk above it, dude. You're doing it already. So
I
yeah,
appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate it too. Thank you, man.
Right, final question for you. Do you have any upcoming projects or final thoughts that you'd like to share with our listeners?
Final thoughts. Okay, I'll say a couple of things. First of all, this has been a great interview podcast. So thank you, man. Yeah, no, it's been really good.
Thank you, brother.
It's a really good way of podcasting, interviewing people, just natural and down to earth, and this is where the world's moving to. So you're gonna do great, man. You'll be fine. You'll be well. You can do well. Just keep doing it, doing what you're doing now. Yeah. And another thing as well is, yeah, I am working on music. It's just gonna follow the Halloween theme. I'm a big Halloween fan, so it's gonna be a Halloween themed album. And I'm also working on more research and science. So I've got a website. Sorry, I should mention this. I've got a website. If you guys can please check it out. Please check my website. Please, I'm begging. I'm joking. But check out my website. It's called the Martian Transport Federation.com. And it's a platform, and it's not about me. It's big. This is bigger than me. It's a platform for research, well-being, music, art, everything that makes us human. And I want it to be a platform where everyone can just share knowledge and information and everything. And it can be a platform that when I'm older, I'm no longer here, 80, 90, whatever time it is, the platform is still there, and people make similar platforms, and we all use our experiences and pain and darkness to make light, and happiness. So yeah.
Beautiful stuff, man. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, man. All the best. And I'll speak to you on Instagram.
Absolutely, brother. And to all the listeners of the Christian Reeve podcast, I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.